Cloud giant Salesforce stock is up big on the year, over 30% after the trend came back following some weakness in the shares after its Slack acquisition, but the company is back at the record. Just below it, though, Joseph Bonner joins us from Argus Research covering the stock. Joseph, we're going to get earnings tomorrow. Salesforce, despite this great climb this year, 35%, did pull back here over the last, call it 2 weeks, coming into this number. Do you think that's just a brief pullback from this trend? Bulls still in charge here?
Well, Oliver, good afternoon. If you look at the chart a little more closely, you see when the tech stocks get hit, over these interest rate kind of fears, Salesforce as a high growth tech stock, it gets lumped into that bucket and it gets hit too. You saw it in February, you saw it in September, you saw it last month.
Indeed. Seems like even despite its track record, it does kind of get tossed around when interest rates are on the move. But overall, obviously, this thing still looks solid. What do they need to do to keep this trend going? What are the numbers that we need to hear from?
Sure. Well, they're guiding to 26% revenue growth this quarter. The EPS guide is down, and that's basically due to the Slack acquisition. Slack was acquired at the end of last quarter, so this is that first quarter where they've got to do that integration. It's going to be this quarter, it's going to be the next few quarters. So there's going to be some margin pressure. And again, that's been guided. I think that's all been taken into account. So what we'll be looking for is certainly a progress report on Slack. How's that integration going? And also just its main businesses, the sales business, the service business, the actual, as the ticker says, CRM, customer relationship management business. How is that business going? Typically, the August, that first month of the quarter tends to be a little slow. It's the end of the summer quarter, and then things pick up. So basically, looking for more of the same for them. High growth in their sales service platform. All these different parts of their portfolio.
Now, when we look at seeing how Slack actually works for them, do we get the early stages of that? Are we starting to get there where we're going to be able to see clearly that this was a good deal? This is a profit positive deal. It seems like the market has accepted that and has been telling us something about that in its latest run up this year. Does it still need to confirm it, though? Do we need to see it clearly in the numbers?
It's early days, but we're definitely looking for a progress report there. How's that going? It's up against Microsoft Teams, so that's they're the two big fish in that collaboration software area, and you get these are both small parts of very large corporations, so it's not easy to analyze to see how they're doing, but definitely we want to see some progress on Slack.
In terms of growth rate going forward, how is Salesforce going to compare to the rest of the sector, Joseph? 23% revenue growth they did last time around, which was down from the year ago period of 29%. So they're still growing a lot, but has the rate slowed? How's that going to look for an investor that wants exposure to cloud? There's still some companies out there that are doing 60, 70% revenue growth, but do they not have the same earnings potential as Salesforce does? What's that trade-off looking like for this company?
Well, again, Salesforce, you got to deal with the law of large numbers, obviously. Salesforce is a much larger company than some of the smaller startups out there. Yeah. But yeah, we're looking for sustained revenue growth. Should be in the 20% range, maybe or maybe a little higher. Again, they've got into these new areas like MuleSoft and Tableau, data analytics, which are a little higher growth into the 30% range. So they have a lot of they have the old stalwarts and the new ones coming on. And again, hopefully we looking for Slack for some growth there. That just having the acquisition will give them a little growth bump.
Do you expect them to talk about other relevant deals at this point, or they've got plenty to chew on it?
You never know, but I wouldn't expect another large deal like Slack in the immediate future.
Okay. Joseph, lastly, is this a business capable of giving guidance right now? Should we expect them to be able to give us a forward look?
Oh, sure. They tend to raise guidance, actually. So it might be a little disappointment if they don't, but they definitely guide forward.
Okay. All right, Joseph, thanks for the thoughts. A nice prep for us tomorrow.
Good night.
Thank you, Joseph Bonner, Senior Analyst at Argus Research.